go. Crappie. Today I'm going to be out here fishing for some walleye, crappie, bass, and pike. Doing a little bit of some multi-species fishing today out in the boat. It's mid-June, and we're starting to get a bug catch going on. I'm going to show you guys how to catch all these fish here during that time, even though it can be a little bit challenging. Alright, starting off here today, we've got a 1.5 inch white curly tail grub with an 1/8 ounce jig head on the front of that. There we go, right off the tree. What I got here? It's a walleye. Yep, about 2 feet of water. First one of the day. It's a good eater size there. He's got a leech in his mouth even. That I think is attached to him, not something he's eating. First one of the day right there. Had a bite and follow right before that fish too. I think there's a school of them hanging up underneath that tree there. A lot of times they'll push up shallow if there's bugs hatching, like up in those weeds and around the shallow rocky stuff. And that little log right there will actually provide them some shade to hide underneath during the daytime. Looks like he's bred about 14.5 inches. It's good enough to eat for the day. Take a few of them like that for the fry pan, it's all right. My experience with these bug hatches, these fish are eating the little grubs and stuff that are popping out of these rocks and all these different little larvae of these mayflies and dragonflies and all these other little bugs. You can just see the water out here in front of me, how much life there is. And this is the middle of the day. It's not even in the evening when stuff is really hatching heavily. That's a major part of either the primary fish I'm targeting's food, or it's going to be the food source for a lot of the bluegill and perch and stuff that these fish could also be feeding on. And they're going to be up shallow. They're going to be looking closer towards the top or right near the bottom. And we got very drastically different kinds of styles that you can fish with these areas for. You can use live bait, but it's not really required. As you guys can see, I'm catching pretty decent amounts of fish here already, just on the grub. That's another walleye, I think. Oh, it's a pike this time. And you will catch all kinds of fish just on a little white grub like this when these bug hatches are going, whether it's deep or shallow. I've only got 6-pound test. I'm gonna net him real quick just cause I don't wanna lose my bait there. It's a fun little fight there on the ultralight gear. Method of which I'm retrieving this thing up shallow is I'm just letting it go down, get it kind of close to the bottom there, close down there to where those boulders and that different transition areas are at, and work it as slow as you can along there without getting hung up. There we go, right up shallow. This one might be a smallmouth this time. Yep. It's not a bad way to start the day. I've caught 3 species already, same bait in the same spot. It's a little guy right there. I'm gonna get him back in the water, send him on his way. A couple boulders right there. Is anything around us? Yep. Little fish, I don't know what I got. Smallmouth, real tiny one. Feisty little guy, I'll get you back. There we go. A little pike. Get him right back in the water there. Thanks for playing, buddy. Came right off the edge of that shade up there. There we go. Feels like a bass, maybe? Yeah, smallmouth. You can tell by all the head shakes. It's a little better one. The sun's coming out now. I think these fish are pulling up underneath that shade really tight. Nice little smallmouth right there. We'll get him back in the water. Thanks for playing. There we go. Smallmouth. There we go. Set that guy back. There we go. Still works. Another walleye there. And came out of some deeper water that time. About the same size as the other one, good eater size. Beautiful colors on that bog stained walleye there. Really cool fish. And put him in a box. I'll talk about how I caught him here in just a second with you guys. So I'm able to see out here that they're kind of isolated pockets of fish just on this flat, and just getting a bait out here to them and casting to them is not going to get them to bite. So what do? You think about why they're here. They're eating those little bugs coming out of the mud in this gravel and sand mud flat out here, and you'll just kind of get your bait down there on bottom, and you'll slowly start reeling it along, and you'll get one engaged. You'll start tapping the butt of your rod like this, and it just wiggles that bait in their place. It just vibrates like that, like a little bug hatching out of the mud, and it drives them nuts. They come in and they just suck it in. Looks a little bit more like their food, and this will work with hair jigs or like a grub what I have here today. Getting them to follow it. Oh, there he goes. Oh, you didn't get it yet. Might have it now. Yep. It's a small one, but you guys see what I'm doing there. I'm gonna let that one go. Let him go back and see another day. A little pike there. Alright, send him back down. Oh, oh my gosh, that bluegill? That's a huge bluegill. Wow, check out the size of that gill. That is giant. Yeah, they're good when you can lip them. Got a quick measurement on that guy. That's pretty cool. That's what a lot of those bass and pike are up here eating there. Well, probably not quite this size for the bass, but smaller. Everything's eating little bugs and grubs right now. Can't check it from there. I could check it from there. It's a 9 1/4 inch bluegill. Sheesh. This one's got some parasites in it, otherwise I'd keep it because they're great eating, but yeah, he's even got a leech right there on his fin. I'll take that off of him before I have to send him back. Get that going. See you, bud. There we go. A smallmouth. Beautiful little bronze back there. Get her back in the water. See ya, buddy. So much good cover back in here for fish to be sitting in. It's hard to pick out where they're gonna be. Here's a fish. What do we got here? Ooh, another bluegill. Another big bluegill. I got him in the eye somehow. It came right out. That one's also loaded up with the same parasites, but I'm gonna get him back in the water there so he can go back in. See you, buddy. There we go. Walleye, he's off. Getting a lot of short strikes from the walleye lately. There we go. Crappie. Big crappie. Oh man, that's a big crappie. That's a slab right there. Wow. Got it. Whew. That is a great size crappie right there. Man, get a measurement on that one. Curious if it's, I know it's got to be 13. It looks like a 13 to me. That was pretty close. 12 3/4. Almost 13-inch crappie. That's a big one. I'll put him in the box. You can go good with a couple walleye. There, that's what I wanted to do. There we go. Another crappie. Nice. Another big crappie at that too. Man. How big are we here? That one's a 12. A couple nice crappie in there. Be good for a meal. Had the cameras off there for a second, guys. Heard a bunch of commotion up shallow. Casting my frog I had on a different rod up there and found a smallmouth that looks like it was on a bed. So I'm going to get her unhooked here real quick and get her back in the water. But came up and threw all that grass and stuff over there. All right, sending her back. I have the camera running here for just a minute and show you guys what I was doing there. This cast was the first cast up here. I heard a commotion. She came from right there. Ooh, there's a bite. Whew. Acted like a pike there, he just kind of popped it up. Get back in there either way. Usually when you think of smallmouth, you don't think of frog fishing. It's the first one I've ever caught on a frog. Got plenty on topwater baits before, just never have really targeted them with a topwater frog like this. There we go. Ooh, big northern. I don't know if I'll get him in or not. He's gonna make a run. He's not huge, but he's pretty big. He's got like something else in his mouth there. Let's see if I can get this out of here without getting bit. All right, hooks out. I'm not sure what is going on with this guy. Oh, it's like whole face right here has gotten problems with it. I'll put him back in so he can go heal up. Get out. You can get out. There he goes. That was instant. And a little pike. See you, buddy. There we go. smallmouth. Send you back. Thanks for playing, buddy. Smallmouth. Nice little smallmouth there. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up today's episode here. If you guys enjoyed this, leave me a thumbs up down below and consider subscribing. We just now hit 3,000 subscribers on the channel, so thank you guys so much for watching and supporting the content that we're creating out here. Hopefully you guys will stick around and watch some more videos. I've got a couple here at the end I think you might like, and we'll be back on the water soon going after some more smallmouth, walleye, pike, and crappie up here in the North Country. We'll see you guys on the next one. Explore deeper. There's more out there.